Hello and welcome to my second video. Today we are going, as I said in the first video, to search for the dual katana master and try to learn his technique. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for your support, and if this is the first video you watch on my channel, you can go back to the first video. That's where the adventure starts. So as I told, in this video we're going to search for the dual katana master who knows the technique. Atsu wants to learn. Atsu is the main character for those who have not watched the first video. But before we do this, I just want to check out if there is a memory I can unlock here. And yes, there is.
銭を貯めていつか鎧を買うだ。なあ、誰にも言っちゃし。内緒だぞ。
もし弟にバレたら小言を言われるら。
俺が立派な侍になりゃ文句は言われねえはずだ。
侍がダメなんだっちこ。
どうしてだよ。エゾッチの人を守りてえだけだわ。
わかった。早くしろし。弟が帰ってくるら。今日馬屋に連れてってくれるってさ。
おめえが連れてけって騒いだからずら。
十兵衛が隠した銭はまだあるのかね。
Maybe still there. I mean,
立派な侍になってたかもな、十兵衛。
money is always something you can use. For instance. So here we go again with the story, and the game designers trying to explain a bit more, like to let us dive deeper into Atsu's past, so that we create a kind of bond with her story and making what happened to her look even more tragic, which is objectively tragic. I mean, when you have your whole family massacred. I like how open the map is. With this, you really have this wilderness around you, so it's really impressive. And I like the wide flower fields. You had yellow flowers earlier, now you have purple flowers. It's very nice. That's what I'm trying to do, searching Mount Yotei. We'll just follow the guiding wind. I'm wondering why all these horses are following me though. Okay, I'm heading in the right direction. Seems to be someone living there. I would just go check it out. Maybe sometimes I can find useful things. We can find useful things. A shop, an item. I don't know. Maybe I will find some gear for my horse, since these are stables. Whoa! So holy. I already have a price on my head. That will make things difficult. What does it say? So, Snake's assassin, wanted dead or alive by Lord Saito. A courtly woman who murdered the snake after poisoning his sake. Do not believe the rumors. She is no Onryo. She is flesh and blood. Okay. Okay, so apparently after I magically came back to life, the rumor has spread that I'm a vengeful ghost. I think rumors like that are very powerful on a psychological level. So no wonder they try to kill the rumor. But just to get back to because in the first video I spoke about how unlikely it was that people would survive such severe injuries, etc., especially for the time. I remember, for example, a very prominent example for this is that the King of France, Louis XIV, he died after, I think, falling from his horse while on the hunt. If I remember correctly, I may not remember it correctly. And his wound got infected and he died because of that.
馬屋の主が好んでてめえの馬を野に放つとはな。
斎藤の手に渡るくらいなら逃がしてやりたい。
斎藤？
松前との戦に備えて馬がいるらしい。できる限り抗ってきたんだが。馬屋を探せ。石膏から知らせがあった。いかん。もう来やがった。
隠れろ。
馬はまだ残ってるか。無礼な野郎には罰を与えてやらなければな。馬なく探せ。焼き払っても構わんぞ。
I guess that I will defend the old stables. I mean, the stable master doesn't seem to be a friend of the Yotei 6, so I guess the enemy of my enemy is my friend. To be honest, I love this stealth gameplay. It was already something I really liked in Ghost of Tsushima, you know, wiping out the entire enemy camp with only using assassinations. It was fitting for the legend of the ghost. So he has been dealt with. I hope that's the last one. Oh no, there is another one over there. Just trying to... Okay, I've been spotted.
その首を斎藤様への土産にするぜ。稼がせてもらおう。
Well, but before you can get the fortune, you will have to kill me, and I do not intend to let you kill me. Cut it already, I have such a bad aim. You know, I also play Star Wars Battlefront sometimes with a friend, and both of our aim is so bad that we end up fighting a sniper duel at a distance of a meter. So that always makes us laugh. I guess that I will have to go back to the old stable master.
もう手を出すことはない。
恩に着る。おかしな世になっちまったよ。ああ、困ったもんだ。
馬探しを手伝ってやろうか。
いや、十分世話になった。
遠慮するな。
昔はみんなで支え合ってた。あの馬屋も刀鍛冶が金を出してくれてな。
剣吾のことか。
あの方を思うと胸が痛む。
だから斎藤に歯向かってるのか。
剣吾への礼儀、そして馬のためだ。
見覚えがある。
子馬には手を焼かれますよ。何かと面倒を見てやってるのに逃げ出しやがって。
気をもむな。見つけてやる。ちょこちょこしてる僕らを追いかけるのはいささか慣れてるだわ。
お父も楽しんでるずら。
そうだろうとも。
すぐ連れ戻してくるわ。来い、やつ。見てみろ。
これって馬の糞け？
新しい馬糞だ。きっと子馬どもはここで水を飲んだだな。泥に残った足跡をたどるぞ。
I must say, it may sound funny, but I'm a bit scared of horses. When I was a child, I saw two horses fight, where and it was really scary. It didn't last long. Because they were together on a on eating, and they started to kick after each other. It was really scary.
ここの
So
花
then I
何
think,
かに食われた跡がある。
鋭いな。腹すかせてただ。ほっとくとこの辺りの花が食い尽くされちまうかもな。また育つよう呉服を置こう。すぐにたくさんの花が咲くぞ。Atsuどうだ、ここらでいいか。
うん、でもクワマどもが見つかんない。
こん近くにいるはずだわ。口笛吹いてみろ。聞こえてねえようだな。高いところいかだ。
口笛が下手だからずら。
もっと励めばいいだけだ。ここのボラだ。来い。
oh, there is a hot spring here. I'll have to check it out once
十
we're
分高いはず。
finished
吹いてみろ。
with
俺にはできん。
remembrance.
無理すら。
難しいからって諦めていいってわけじゃねえぞ。自分を信じろ、アツ。
やってみろ。
見ろ、木立で何か動いた。
馬だ、見っけた。
自分を信じたからだ。ほら、子馬どものところへ行こ
Oh, that was easy.
十兵衛に聞かせたら羨ましがれるな。
う。意地悪言うな。丘を手伝ってるだ。
なかなかの口笛だったぞ。感謝してもしきれね
ほんじゃいつか馬を一頭くれよし。
こら、失礼だぞ。
どういで、見っけたのは俺たちじゃんけ。
え。こいつらはまだ小さい。お前が大きくなってお父からのお許しをもらえば考えよう。
16年経って未だこの池まで馬に逃げられてるのか。
花に惹かれちまってな。でもどうして？剣吾の娘か。
馬をもらう約束だ。
やるとは言ってないぞ。口笛うまくなったか。
Well, I don't know if it's really a fair trade, The only thing she did was whistling, after all.
弟励んだか。剣吾が金を貯めてたのは家業のために入り用だったからじゃない。お前に馬を買うためだ。やる。
すでにいる。
あの疲れた馬か。うちのは蝦夷地一の名馬だ。
But I think I will stick with the horse I already have.
気に入ったやつがいたらその馬は俺が預かろう。
I don't like giving up.
ありがたい申し出だが、まだこいつを手放すつもりはない。
優しい主に拾ってもらったんだな。名は何という？
七種だ。イェイ、なんて呼んでほしい。
I think I would go for full moon. His robe, his white robe, echoes a bit the a shining moon, and I don't really see why should him call him flame or tornado. He seems too calm to bear these names.
望月。
満月の輝きに匹敵する美なんだろう。互いの身を守り合え。達者でな。
I've got something new. I've unlocked a new die kit. I will stick with the previous one. Yeah, I think it looks better. So now, yes, check out the hot springs, and then I will continue my trail to Mount Yotei. Just for those who don't know, if they kept the same game mechanic as in Ghost of Tsushima, and whenever you bathe yourself in these hot springs, you increase your maximum HP. think I will reflect on leaving Izo. It's the most interesting thing.
妙な気分だ。久しぶりの故郷というのは。刀と三味線だけを手にして蝦夷地を離れた。十兵衛の形見はなかった。思い出だけ。それだけで生きていけた。
The red flowers, as you can see in the background, look pretty nice. Beautiful. Okay, so that is a new feature. I don't remember any possibility to upgrade the charms you've got in Ghost of Tsushima, so that's part of the new game mechanic, like forging your swords, etc. There are already
斎藤の
people.
手下半兵衛を探してんのは俺だけじゃね
Okay, I will try not to attract their attention to my presence.
それだけじゃ斎藤様が満足されねえんだとよ。
I will try to take care of these two once they are far away enough from the rest of their group. That's number one being taken care of, and that's number two. If I can kill the others without being seen, that would be great too. They've set someone to observe. I hope that I will. Well, he's pretty bad at his job. Your job was to look around, bro. Your inattention costed your life.
剣を
Or should I rather take your lack of attention? I think
俺とも勝負すっか。
I think the proper way would have been lack of attention. I think there was another one down here. Did I miss him? Oh no, he's over there. I didn't miss him. Well, he's very nice. He's standing very conveniently very close to the high grass, so I can easily assassinate him. Thanks for the service, sir. And now up that mountain. What could be these big squares where nothing is growing? They couldn't possibly be traps. They are so obvious.
罠だ。用心しねえと。
You know,
てめえか。
that's also cool, I think, because
この道でいいようだ。
I guess that the wolf will follow
まだ先は長そうだ。
Atsu on her quest to get revenge, and that's something I find cool to have a kind of pet following you beside your horse. It adds a nice detail to the story. I love animals. I love most animals. Let's say
この
that.
山は蝦夷地の真の像。音がよく言ってたな。
And especially wolves and cats, like all kinds of wolves, dogs, and cats. I love them. I also like dolphins and stuff like. They are very intelligent animals. The landscape is pretty nice. I mean, I'm wondering what it looks like once you are on top of the mountain. I've been to Japan once in my life, and I can tell you that the landscape in Japan is, especially in the countryside, is really beautiful. I remember it was
下り道がどこにもね。
very early in the
長い
morning.
ことこもってるってわけ
I
か。
we were traveling by bus, and we were traveling on a highway which cut through the mountains, and the mountains were covered by forests. And in the morning you had all
そこ
the
らの賞
fog
金稼ぎじゃ登りきれねえな。
lifting up from the ground to the sky until you had huge sways of fog clouds going up the sky. You saw them rising from the forest. It was really impressive, and it was really beautiful. It's a sight I won't forget.
あれはイオリだ。ハンベイはあそこにいるのか。
I was expecting that I would have to climb more, so I'm glad that I already reached his hideout. I just hope that he will accept to teach me quickly, and that I won't have to convince him. Because sometimes some game designers like to, to make it difficult to learn new techniques. I remember, I can't remember exactly the game, but I know that I played a game where you had to finish several trials before a person knowing a certain technique accepted
これ
to
が
teach
隠れ
you
家かよ。まる
said
でないじゃねえ
technique.
か。二頭の達人の家とは思えねえな。食い物、家、水もある。生きていくには十分だな。この切り口、刀じゃない、ナタで切ったようだ。罠用の道具、刀に欠かせない砥石や油はなさそうだ。
Well, maybe he has retired. I mean, if he hasn't come down from the mountain for 16 years, it's most probably that he has retired and he doesn't need his sword anymore.
あの刀はまだ持っていたのか。
指一本触れるでない。
半兵衛、
よくぞここまでたどり着いたな。褒美だ。手早く殺してやる。
剣吾という火事が作った刀だな。
それがどうした？
俺の父だ。
お主、松か。
圧だ。
死んだはずでは。
妖帝六人衆になぶられた。弟たちは二刀の憲法を伝授してくれ。仇を討ちたいんだ。教えを受けるまで動かねえぞ。
大きな山だ。お主がいようと気づかんよ。
なら離れねえだけだ。
It looks like I will have to go to some lengths.
あれからもう16とせだ。どうして今さら戻ってきた？
今度じゃ浪人はもう用なしだ。 だがここは違うだろう。俺も戦を経て十分強くなった。
その腕で勝てるほど斎藤はか弱くないぞ。
だからこうして教えを請うてる。斎藤と切り合ったてめえに。
お主も腕をなくしたようだな。さっさと本土に戻れ。予定6人衆に見つかるぞ。
蛇はすでに叩き伏せて他の連中に憎しみを見せた。
剣吾の娘とあらば試してやるとしよう。
Oh, so I was wrong. My guess was wrong. He accepts to teach me.
そこに稽古用の刀がある。取れ。
Where? Oh, there.
今は左の腕が弱い。筋を鍛えて腕力を上げ身軽になれ。良いな。
ふらつきそうだが。
鍛錬するほかない。俺一歩下がれ。始めるぞ。
何を。
何かな。
俺を燃やす気か。
技を授かりたいのだろう。黙って炭を切れ。いいぞ、手早く。
That looks pretty dangerous, however. I don't know if he's attempting to.
あやつ酒を飲んでいたな。戦に出たというのは嘘か。よし、もう一度やってみろ。
He must have been trying to kill her.
で
これまで死なずに済んだのはその強情さゆえか。
どうする。教えるのか。
なぜわしが。
てめえがかつて蝦夷地を騒がせた名高い賞金稼ぎだから。そして二刀の達人だからだ。
そんな時もあったな。
その腕を切り落とされた恨みを晴らしたくねえのか。お父の仇でもあるんだぞ。
夜明けと共に始めるぞ。お主はここで眠れ。
He has a great sense of hospitality. I don't know about you, but I always find that the difficulty when you have cutscenes like these and they ask you to make a choice between two questions, I'm always conflicted between what I would say and what I think the character would say, because sometimes the answers aren't you would give are different from that the character is likely to give, so it's always a bit conflicting. Okay, so it's a kind of a list of my allies. I would just go through and read the different character profiles. The wolf. I met her during my first night in Izo, but we seem to keep running into each other. Maybe she just wants the fish I share with her. Then again, father always said the wolves of Izo protected their own. Okay, so I think it's an association. She was with her brother, the twin wolves. So interesting. Atsu, the swordsmith's daughter, wandering mercenary, Onryo. Sometimes I don't know who I am, but I have the purpose to bring my family peace. That's at least something. It's always important to have a goal in your life. Hanbei, an old friend of father's and a dual katana master. He was once the best bounty hunter in Izo, until he lost his arm to Saito. His was the first blade I helped father forge.
起きろ。腕の具合はどうだ。痛みは動くか。
ああ、平気だ。
味わっておけ。今のうちだけだ。まずは左の腕を鍛える。右と同じくらい強くせねば。
また炭を投げんのか。
いや、こいつを切る。さあ始めろ。左腕だけだ。
Oops. I hate these exercises.
これはしばらくかかりそうだ。用意しておいた竹が尽きたな。明日のために備えねば。ナタを使え。 左の腕だけでさぞ痛むだろう。
斎藤との勝負はどうだったんだ？
勝ち負けにとらわれるな。考えるべきは斎藤のことだけ。あやつの強みは武器の腕前だけではない。侍の心をよく知っていることだ。
仲間を束ねてここを制する気だろう。
制するのではなく、幕府から離れた自由の土地にするつもりだ。
信じてるのか？
信じている。大勢がな。それがあやつの力だ。心をつかまれてしまう。
浪人の心につけ込んで操るわけか。あいつの思う通りに害することもできる。
見た目に反して資料があるようだな。今は休め。稽古は夜明けに始めるぞ。
Okay, so there is a bigger end game than I thought. I thought that the Yotei Six were just a random criminal syndicate.
これ朝毛だ。
なんだこれ。
竹の煮汁。そう知る力があれば食う力もある。早く食え。
But now that they mention
さあ始めるぞ。
Saito's plan for the north, like to keep the shogun out,
左の腕が強くなったな。
it makes sense because I remember the snake said when we raided the place he was drinking that made the shogun keep out. So the Yotei Six is not only a criminal syndicate but also an organization aiming at establishing control over Izo. Rather interesting.
手が崩れなくなった。どんなに力んでも。
I don't understand what happens. I'm sure that I always click the right button. Finally.
よいぞ、分かってきただろう。
思う通りじゃねえが。
今はよく休め。じきに体に馴染んでくるはずだ。今宵は静かだな。
ここから俺の家が見える。
そうだな。お主が襲われたあの夜、燃えるイチョウを見ていた。ここでただ動かずに。
てめえに何ができた？俺が悪い。
Oh. That's interesting.
アツ、うちが見えるとこにいんきゃダメずら。
あっちのキノコは取り尽くしただわ。一番うめえのはこの森のずら。探すぞ。
おかわらに知られちもうぞ
てめえ。が言わなきゃいいら。
Why does she think that it's her fault? But you know, to come back to Hanbei, I think
こりゃこっちのキノコを取るだ。
one of the worst things there is, I think, to watch such tragedies unfold and, well, you're feeling helpless.
多い方がおかんは喜ぶら。
だな。
It's not entirely comparable because it's not on the same scale, but recently
俺キノコは好きくね。
our pet dog passed away from cancer, and well, it was not a nice feeling because I was seeing that he
アツ、あれ、
wasn't feeling good and
狼だぞ。
だからずら。しゃがんでろし。草が多いになるさ。
that his health was declining, and yet we couldn't do
怒られん
anything.
ぞ。
もしあの牙で腕噛まれたらどうなるずらな。
怖え子一丁し。
ちびったけ？
We couldn't do anything about it, so it was, well, it wasn't nice.
チューだ。
見られちまったか。
怖がっちゃし噛みつけしんから。
獣は払ったぞ、ボコども。運が良かったな。
稲妻みてえな音だった。
またやってくれよ。
怯え知らずの二人だな。
刀を持ってる。
それ研いでやろっか。音が火事さ。
火事だと？
天狗っていうさ、知ってるろ？
もちろんだ。
音に合わせてやるさ。ただ狼のことは秘密。
ああ、他言はせんよ。
Oh,
こっち。
that's why she feels responsible for what's happened to her family. She led Saito
ア
to.
ツ、キノコまだ取ってねえらに。
道すがら取りゃいいら。
わしも手伝えばそれだけ早く済むぞ。
She led Saito
Okay.
to.
アツ、こりゃ俺のキノコだわ。
二人ともキノコ取りの名人だな。お父もそうか？
うん、お母の方が草に詳しいけんど。
おじさんは侍系？
わしがそう見えるか？
見える。
That must weigh pretty hard. That
わ
must
しの家は長篠の戦で滅びた。
must be something horrible,
今の故郷だ。
you know, to think that you were responsible for your family's death. I will tell you something about the Battle of Nagashino. It's a very important battle, but I will wait until everything is finished here before I start talking about said battle.
よし、いいことを教えてやろう。ほれ、坊主、手を貸してくれ。
うんとあるじゃんけ。
こんだけありゃお母が喜ば。
木の下にあるって知ってたわけ？
月原は学びを授けてくれるものだ。
アツはいつも好き腹だ。
ではいつも学んでおるのだな。
イチョウがあるら。あっこが家。
羊蹄山に抱かれておるようだな。
ここを抜けたら俺んちさ。
おお、そうか。
あとちっとだ。
I think starvation
思いがけず楽
is
し
a
い時に
desperate situation, and in a desperate
終わる
situation,
のが名残惜しい。
indeed,
キ
people
ノコ取りし
learn.
てくれたし。
Sometimes they
う
also
ち
do
で夕
horrible
飯食ってけ
things.
し。お礼だ。
おか、おと、侍がいたさ。
狼もいただよ。
てめえ。
狼だ侍だ言って肝心のキノコはどうしたで？
案ずるな。たっぷりと取ってあるぞ。なんとも良い家ではないか。
おまんとうち中部屋で。
待て待て、それがかつての友への礼儀か？
友ではねえわ。
では主だ。
お家は滅びた。斎藤様も出奔しつら。
どの口が言っている？おまんら、音はふぬけだ。己の主を捨て、さらに他の者までそそのかしおった。
村を襲ったじゃんけ。
上死ねというか。幾人が上にあえいでいた。いくつの家が滅んだ。己がぬくぬくと過ごす間に。
俺の命ならやるわ。こいつら見逃しちゃってくれよ。
見せしめがいるだろう。
おと。
Atsu。
俺が斎藤を家に招いた。お父のもとに。
お主には知る由もなかったことだ。
それでも俺が悪い。
はよう起きても朝毛は出さん。
煮汁ならもうたくさんだ。
Well, just quickly to tell the story of the Battle of Nagashino. From, if I remember correctly, the middle of the 15th century until the early 17th century, Japan was divided into several fiefdoms. Central authority had basically collapsed, and different clans, which were basically aristocratic families, were striving and fighting for power to become the new shogun and reunite the country. And the Battle of Nagashino is one of the most important battles of that time, simply because you had the Oda clan, which had become one of the most important powers, having conquered Kyoto, which at the time was the imperial capital, and brought most of Japan under its control, fighting its last enemy, the Takeda clan. If you remember, the Takeda clan is the clan of which Miku in Gotobun no Hanayome, so the quintessential quintuplets, is a fan of. She even has its emblem as her found background. And this Takeda clan was known for having the best cavalry all of Japan. And what makes this battle very special is that Oda Nobunaga used firearms on a great scale to defeat its enemies. Basically, he told his, his riflemen to hide behind mobile wooden palisades and to shoot at the enemy cavalry charge, and they completely annihilated the enemy charge in a rolling fire, and that destroyed the Takeda clan and secured the victory of the Oda clan. But the leader of the Oda clan at the time, Oda Nobunaga, would soon after be betrayed and be killed. Again, if you want to know more about this topic and to explore more, don't hesitate to read or to go watch documentaries, and do not trust everything I say. I may make mistakes when I'm telling stories, so it's always better if you check if what I said is correct. I'm sorry that it takes so long. Let's just hope that I will pass the test this time.
その前にお主に渡すものがある。
お父の刀。
隠居の身にはもったいない名刀だ。斎藤との勝負に使うといい。
Well, is it?
ありがたい。
お主が斎藤に敗れたらムクロから剥ぎ取ってやる。
そうなると山から降りなきゃなんねえぞ。
では勝ってもらわねば。始めるか。
いける。
Well, but she said earlier that he didn't have any gear to maintain weapons. So I'm wondering, is the blade still fine? Okay, so we get a new weapon, which is also a change from Ghost of Tsushima.
斎藤はあらゆる武具の達人。槍を構えられたら素早く二刀で立ち向かうがいい。
刀を構えられたらどうする？
お主も刀だ。試してみるか。刀を獲物とする相手にはどの武具で戦う？
Okay, so basically it replaces the different fighting styles you had. The different weapons replace the different fighting styles of Ghost of Tsushima.
物手を使わねば刀に力で負けてしまうぞ。では相手が槍を持っていたらどうする？よろしい。二刀であれば槍に勝てるぞ。来い、免許開伝を祝ってやる。
Well, luckily everything went
こん
well.
な山の上まで酒を運んだのか。
罠にかかったアホから奪ったものだ。おかげで酒には困らん。
You know
こ
what?
こを出るつもりは。
どこへ逃げようといずれ見つかる。だがここなら血のりを生かせるだろう。
You know what? I think we will keep the drinking and the celebration for the next video. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you will be there on the next video, and well, I'm looking forward to see you again on the next video, and have a nice time. Goodbye, see you later.